Hey, what's up, guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Alberto Zertuche here, and I'm finally getting down to another series of Teach a Man to Fish. Now, our biggest thing with fishing is the expenses that we put into it to make every trip happen. So for us, now that we're back at the shop, we got these 480s that we got to check through and find out how much line we lost. And also go through and check for any frayage. And the 130 that's there as well. So I figure we'll start with this purple one. And go ahead and down spool it. And keep going from there. Let's see what we can find. Alright, so first things first. I'm going to go and download this spool. Because as you can tell, we did run it out. And that's what we got in the cutoff. It was a real clean cut. But one of the things I forgot to teach the guys was how to inspect the line as they were reeling it in, because one of the first things I had to teach them was how to reel them in, so that way we can get all the line back on the spool or back on the reel so we can keep fishing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Got a bite. I think I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I gotta learn. I'ma call the whole team.
I don't think we went any further down than that, so that's where I'm going to go ahead and stop. Put the line back up on top, get our braid inspected and spooled back on, then splice in my 130 and go and fill it up and get back on track. And what I'm going to start doing is keeping track of the time it took me to down spool all of this, then also too the amount of yards that we actually added back on there to compensate for what we have lost during the fishing trip. And then we're going to do a final tally of time, money, materials, and all of that, and give you an idea of what it takes to do what we do, guys. I mean, this is going to be something that's going to be a lot of food for thought for a lot of people, and it has everything to do with the style of fishing you choose to get into and or follow. For us, it's truly a passion to go out and fish what we fish. And yes, it's dangerous. 1, 2, it costs quite a bit of money to enjoy this sport. So be prepared, guys. This is it could be a heartbreaking session. Oh yes, So excited to find out how much it cost me for this fishing trips. So let's see. Now, mind you, this trip also was part of another trip that I forgot and didn't inspect my lines after the fishing trip, because a few times we got cut off over there as well. So it's part of a 2-trip thing, basically. So it's boiling down to. But it still will give you a great idea of what we go through to stay on top of our game. So now that I got that in place, let's go and do this. Get a little closer. Now I'm back off just a little bit, right there. Nope, wrong way. And here we go. As you can see, I'm putting both fingers on top and bottom, and I'm just checking to see if I feel anything. When I feel something, I'll go ahead and stop and show you what I found and see if we find any more praise or anything. Felt a little something there. Now, a little twist in the line, that's it. Splice in and get 130 back up there. Here we go. So I'm going to zero out my line counter and I'm going to go and add in the line and see how much we're missing. That was a 432 yards, but we're not filled up yet, so I'm going to splice in, close out this other spool. And I already had 100 yards of the green on there, so that way, once I'm all said and done, at least I'll know how much my top shot is too for this reel. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop here because I know that when I started this trip, all my spools were level and flush, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that because, as I kind of let out of the bag, that we are gonna be doing a collaboration video between two other pretty good, well, pretty big YouTubers and stuff. So they're coming down to come fish with us. So I want to make sure that I'm also set up for that. So right here, I've got 600 yards plus 100 yards of that, but 600 yards is what I'm replacing. So I'm going to start my log on that for the first reel that we have refilled back up. And that'll start giving us a cost value of where we're at on how much we have spent and everything else. So
How you doing, mister?
doing good, boss. How you doing?
I'm tired. Oh no, let's go fishing. Dale.
All right. So one reel down, 4 more to go. Let's see how long it takes me to go through this evolution. And mind you, we still got customers in house, so I gotta be bouncing back and forth if Jeff gets overwhelmed over here.